Okay, morning, morning, morning. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're all good and it's lovely to see you. It's a length day and we're focusing on the lower body now. We've done the upper body Monday, Tuesday, so let's move down now to the hips. So we'll begin lying back in Supta Baddha Konasana. So come to take that lovely diamond shape with the legs. And it's first thing in the morning, so if that doesn't feel good, obviously just take the legs down nice and long. Just maybe take the heels a little bit wider, or just support your outer thighs with some bricks or anything you've got at home. Lovely. Great, so just easing yourself down. And just take a moment to get settled. You know the score. Those last little fidgets and movements that you need. Try and think about lengthening the tailbone along the earth so it's going almost towards the heels. Shuffle the shoulders a little bit down the back towards the waist. So you've got a nice broadening through the front of the chest. And then it's up to you. You can either rest the hands on the belly or you might want to take them wide. Whatever feels good this morning. And sometimes I like to put the soles of the feet nice and close together so that all 10 toes are touching. So it's a little bit more energetic through the lower half, but you can also be a little bit more relaxed with the feet. Heels can be close towards you, far away from you. Again, just do what feels good, and then maybe take a big breath in. And a nice sigh out through the mouth. And just start to arrive and settle. So allow stillness to wash over you. Resist the urge to fidget and just commit to this shape you've created this morning. And let's just check in with how we are. Ask yourself that question, how am I? What's going on for you on this Wednesday morning? And I know this part of the practice can sometimes feel a bit unfamiliar and frustrating. We're here and we're ready to move, but it's really important we just check in. It's actually the most important part of our practice, these little moments before we start to move. Building a little bit of context and awareness of how we are, how we're doing, will really dictate how your practice goes. So helping you to be a little bit more mindful and intentional with each breath, with each movement. And supporting you to practice in ways that feel good for your body. So really listening, really tuning into what we need. So once you've had that little conversation, you've listened, take a nice long exhale through the nose. And then breathe in for a count of 1, 2, 3. Breathing out for 3, 2, 1. Deep, rich breaths in. And long, slow breaths out. As you inhale, just follow the journey of your breath. Notice where it's moving through the body. And as you exhale, same thing. So we're just with the breath on its journey. Maybe visualize that journey. Observe where you can feel the breath. Where's it lifting and expanding in the body on the inhale? Where's it lowering and contracting? Can you get the breath longer, smoother? We've got this lovely flow of air completely under your control. I want you to stay with that breath through your practice this morning as best as you can. Allow the mind to be there, a little bit more, in fact, less in the mind and more in the body with the breath, yeah? So each time the mind kicks back in and you wander off, actively go back to the breath. Good. On your next inhale, let's just take a full body stretch. So maybe just bring the knees together first of all, then kick the heels away along the mat and just stretch everything out. Good. And then bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Enjoy that feeling of the spine being completely pressed into the earth. Maybe draw a few circles with the knees. Good. Kick the heels up to the sky and we'll just move through the legs all the way back up to the hip joints. So a little bit of movement through the toes and the ankles. And if you want, you can do your wrists at the same time here. Scrunching, spreading, rotating, swishing, all that lovely stuff. And then bend into the knees, one at a time or together. And you can also do the elbows as well at the same time if you want. Just bending and extending. Good, and then allow the arms to rest down and just start to get into the hips. So a little bit of cycling maybe, forwards and backwards. Oh, I get so many clicks when I do that kind of movement. And then maybe some more kind of swimming legs, like breaststroke legs. Great. And then we'll stop and pause in a happy baby. So taking hold of the toes, the ankles, the blade edges of the feet, whatever feels good this morning. Really trying to bring the thighs either side of the torso, relaxing through the shoulders, coming back to the breath. Good. Really trying to embrace the stillness and be with the breath each time you're still. Great, knees back together. Give them a little squeeze. Allow the left foot to come to the earth, or you might be able to hover it as you just take the right ankle across and come into your figure four. So we'll stretch from the outer hip, the glute along the outer thigh. The left foot doesn't have to be floating, it can be down, you might be here, just teasing the knee out. Your version of your figure four this morning. Great, and then switch it out. So left ankle across and over to the right thigh. Nice. Couple more breaths. Okay, slowly release. Take hold of whatever's available and let's roll up and down the spine a few times. And then if we can, let's hover either in a little happy baby or you can kick your heels out and have like a floating wide leg, Upavishta Konasana, if that feels okay. The knees might be soft, but either way, just drawing the chest open, driving the heels away for 3, for 2. Good. See if you can release the toes and slowly float the heels down. Good. Okay, Upavishta Konasana. So heels super wide as we can, and then lengthen through the spine, go a little bit taller, and we'll just do a little side stretch here before we come forward. So grab hold of one of your wrists and just go to the side, or you can just take the hand to the back of the head. Again, I don't mind, whatever feels good this morning, but your side stretch. Good. Breathing in, back to center, and then just switching it out over to the other side. Really plugging the hips and the sit bones down, keeping the legs active. So be mindful if the toes have gone floppy, keep driving heels away. Good. Inhale back to center. That always feels nice with the legs wide. And then you might be just staying here. This won't be enough, or you might be easing yourself forward. So remember, we don't want to round the spine. We want to lead with the chin, the chest. We want to be nice and long. And the hands can just walk forward. If you've got your bricks or any props, you might just want to rest the head down. But all the time, still active through the legs, really driving the heels away. And just seeing how that feels this morning. Remember this is quite poignant posture for me. I don't know if that's the right word. I remember in my first few yoga classes, I saw loads of people just go straight into this, and I was up here looking around thinking, oh my gosh, this is where I am, I can't do yoga, and it's taken a long time to get into deeper versions of this posture, but it just shows you it takes years. We've all got different bodies that are all going to do different things. So just listen to your body this morning. And that's quite nice about practicing yoga at home. You're definitely in a nice little bubble and free from any comparison that you might deviate to in the middle of a class, which, is natural. We live in a world where comparison exists. Right, let's ease out. I'll stop rambling. Bring the knees in. Either give the knees a little swish or a little hug. Might be nice just to swish them. And as you swish, you can lean back. Okay, and then when you're ready, we'll come to tabletop. So just cross over the ankles and come forward into your tabletop. Great. And move around here through the spine, but a little bit more into the hips, yeah? We're focusing on the lower half. So can we be a little bit more thoughtful about our spine moving, but us maybe accessing the waist down? So maybe a little bit more movement of the tailbone, maybe a little bit more swishing of the hips from side to side. Oh, good. Nice. And then when you're ready, let's hover the right knee and let's just start to move into the right hip. So some nice circles with the knee. And just notice how those circles feel this morning. It's okay if they're a little bit more triangular. This is fine. And then when you feel ready and you've kind of got rid of that stickiness and you've changed directions, let's take the right foot outside the right hand, toes turning out slightly, and let's come into a kind of winged lizard. So we're going to really ease that thigh bone out. So focusing a little bit more on the inner and outer thighs at the moment. Although you'll feel the front of the left hip coming down to the earth. A nice stretch there, especially if you really start to lengthen through the torso. And maybe a gentle twist, so you might feel it in the shoulder. You can reach for the back foot if you want, but it's first thing in the morning, so just listen to what feels good. Let's focus on this front leg being winged out first, yeah? You might even be coming onto the blade edge of the foot. Great. And then yogi squat at the top of the mat. So press through the right foot, tuck the left toes, and let's find a yogi squat. So I want you to be nice and active in your yogi squat. Sometimes we can just rely on the flexibility and of the hips being in this kind of deep flexion. But maybe just press through the feet a little bit more and come up a little bit more. Be mindful the spine is long, crown of head to tailbone. Yeah? So we don't want to kind of be overarching the lower back. Try and kind of draw the tailbone towards the earth. Press through the heels, the big toes, the baby toes. Good. And then breathe. Nice. Hands down, hips high. And just do that a few times. So inhale up, exhale down. Really pressing through the feet. Feeling everything nice and, well, as loose as it feels this morning. So try and be smooth with these movements rather than sticky. Good. And then next time you're up, or just stay up for a moment and enjoy a little forward fold. If you want to kind of heel toe the feet a little bit closer or wider, what feels good this morning, but just kind of get them into a more of a parallel position. A little swish and a sway. Doesn't matter what you do with your arms, again, what feels intuitive, what feels nice. Good, and then we'll walk back to downward dog, so maybe a big step. Good. And then knees down, tabletop. Okay, let's move the left hip. So hover the left knee, push through the hands. Same thing, circling around. Nice, how's that feeling? Both directions. Circles as big as you can. Good, and then when you feel ready, outside the left hand with the left foot. Shuffle back. So the floor's far away, guys, just bring it to you. Yeah? Okay, so wing out the left leg. Toes are diagonal. 10 o'clock-ish, yeah? You can do what you did on the first side, so just kicking that heel towards you if you did that. No worries if not, just focus on how it feels. Good. Okay, so this time we'll come into a yogi squat. So when you feel ready, plant the left foot, tuck the back toes and step up to the top of the mat, back in your yogi squat. Nice. And then this time we'll just push through the heels and we'll stand all the way up. So bring the arms forward, rise, and then exhale, come straight back down. So same kind of movement, that smoothness as we come up. And that flowy smoothness as we come down. And just do that a few times. We're going to do that just for about 30, 60 seconds or so. Pushing up and coming down. And really strong in the legs. And when you get to the top, a little squeeze forward of the hips. And I just kind of interlace my fingers, reach them up, and then do a nice prayer to come down. Good, last few. Good, take that as your last one. Bring the feet parallel and then exhale. This time we'll forward fold with straight legs or soft knees, head heavy. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, big step back to plank. You can take a downward dog or you can flow through a little vinyasa, maybe knees. Good, and then we're in the downward facing dog. Nice, so just walk it out, see how it feels. Hips high, really pushing through the hands, creating space in the waist, head nice and heavy. Notice how that feels this morning. Good, and then when you're ready, right leg nice and high. Same thing, a few little circles with the hip. And if you feel okay, you can come into your split dog. So bend the knee, stack the hips. You might want to do some bending and extending here. If you're nice and open, you can flip your dog if you want. Just be careful, be mindful with the shoulders and the chest. You haven't done much there. But by all means, you can flip it for a breath or two. And then when you're ready, look forward. Let's step the right foot through. Drop the back heel and bring the right hand inside and lift the left arm up. Just taking a nice extended side angle this morning. So pressing through both feet. That bottom hand, if the floor is far away, you can hover the forearm on the knee or you can use a brick, yeah? Either way, spin the chest. Squeeze that inner knee into your upper arm. Press through the legs, they're super strong. Good. Keep the legs exactly as they are and let's all meet in Peaceful Warrior. So scooping up, sliding left hand down, reaching right arm high. Enjoying that lovely side stretch through the right side. Good. Still keeping a deep bend in the right knee. We're here for 3. We're here for 2. Good. On 1, just briefly come up, extend the right leg, turn the left toes out a little and just bounce into the left knee. So towards the back of the mat. Now we're taking a few of these and you might be just staying quite high or you might be coming all the way down. Just be mindful and slow. We don't want to collapse forward, keeping the spine nice and long, just moving through the lower body. If you can come all the way down to your Skandasana, but there's no pressure to come all the way down. And then see if you can come all the way up. A little bit more strength required for that. So just go slowly. Strength is tomorrow, I know. So once you're down, you can stay down. Maybe reach the fingertips forward. Maybe lift the left toes. Sorry, the right toes, which are near the front of the mat. Great, and then we'll swivel to the back of the mat. So we'll frame the left foot, yeah? And then we'll either vinyasa or we'll just step back to downward dog, yogi's choice. Either way, we'll meet back in our downward dog and we're facing the back of the mat. Okay, inhale, left leg high. Exhale, split your dog. Well, do some circles first, see how it feels, and then pause in your split dog if you feel okay there. Really extending the knee to the sky and stretching the front of the left hip. If you want to flip it, you can. By all means, just go slowly, go mindfully. Take one more breath. And then wherever you are, let's step the left foot forward. Good. And just shuffle the left hand inside the left foot. Really connect upper arm into inner knee, shoulder, and come into your extended side angle. Spinning the chest, breathing here, maybe looking up, but focus on being really strong in the legs, really open through the hips. So teasing that knee out, pressing through right foot. Don't forget about that back foot. Good. One more breath here. Trying to find stillness if we can. And then push through the feet. Try not to move the legs. Peaceful warrior. Nice. Really sinking into the legs, really feeling that lovely side stretch. And then a brief little come up as you turn the right toes out a little and just take those bounces again. And remember, you go into them as deep as you need to. You stay up, you come all the way down. I like to kind of build into the full range of movement. Feels nice. Feels like we're warming up as well. So easy to dump into things, yeah? And rely on your flexibility. If you want, you can stay down there. Good, just for 3, for 2. Beautiful, on 1. Face the front of the mat again. Vinyasa, big step back, plank, chaturanga. You know the score. Great, and then we'll just flow through that one more time. One breath, one movement. I add a little side plank in before we come to settle. So inhale, right leg high. Exhale, split your dog. Good, inhale, look forward. Exhale, step. Inhale, extended side angle. Right hand comes inside, left arm floats up. Exhale, scoop. Peaceful warrior. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, Skandasana to the back of the mat. Inhale, see if you can twist. So swivel, lift the right arm high, twist. Good, exhale. Look down, find the blade edges of both feet. See if you can inhale to your side plank. You can grab the big toe, or you might just want to step the left foot back. Good, and then exhale, either through a vinyasa or into downward dog. So we're facing the back of the mat. Good, inhale, left leg high. Last little bit. Exhale, split your dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step. Inhale, extended side angle. Exhale, peaceful warrior. Inhale, just transition through center. Exhale, deep bend over to the front of the mat, Skandasana. Inhale, swivel and twist. This time, the right hand goes high. Exhale into sort of like a Shiva's twist before you inhale into your side plank. Maybe you're catching the big toe. And then exhale through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Nice, guys. Big breath in. And steady breath out. Lovely. So from here, knees down. Take them nice and wide. Hips go right back. As you just take a few moments of stillness. Coming back to the breath. Coming back to the body. Just notice how you feel. Lovely, guys, all done. So just bring the hands beside the knees. Slowly roll and push yourself up. You might want to just briefly roll the shoulders, take a bit of a side stretch. And then bring the feet from underneath you. Maybe the soles of the feet come together. Or just take a final reach up in Baddha Konasana. And if you can, just easing forward. If you don't want to do that one, you can come back to where we started and come back to your Upavishta Konasana. So yogi's choice. But we're just here for 5 breaths. Just kind of closing out our practice. A little bit more of surrendering and forward folding here. Maybe just think about how you're going to move forward now into your day. What's the next thing you're going to do as you come off your mat? On your next inhale, slowly come up. Ah, nice. Release the legs, maybe bringing them in, soften the knees, do what you need to. Just to sit nice and tall. Hands resting down wherever feels comfortable, guys, and just a little bow down. As always, just as a sign of gratitude for this time we've shared, for the movement, for the day ahead, and of course for one another. Have a lovely Wednesday, guys. Lovely to see you. Well done. And same time tomorrow, strength, lower body strength. All those yogi burpees that you love. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you,
You're more than
Vicky.
welcome.
Bye.
Cheers, Joe. Bye, Pam. Thanks, Gabrielle. See you, Matt.